Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a totally new framework that is honestly going to redefine how we value our own information. We're looking at a concept that takes something completely intangible, the thoughts, the expertise, the ideas, just sitting right there inside your head, and provides an actual pathway to turn that into a literal stream of revenue. We're talking about Codatta, so get ready because we're going to break down exactly how this whole transformation is meant to work, step by step.
Okay, let's dive into this highly condensed manifesto from our source material. It's just 3 short phrases: your knowledge, your data asset, endless AI royalties. I mean, in just 9 words, it outlines a complete metamorphosis of value. It's a really bold claim, and to truly grasp the weight of it, we need to analyze what each of these stages actually means for you.
Which begs a pretty fascinating question, doesn't it? How exactly does knowledge become royalties? Seriously, take a moment to ponder the actual value of the information currently stored in your mind. We all have these unique insights, specialized experiences, and nuanced understandings of the world. Whether it's complex coding shortcuts or literally the absolute best way to brew a pour-over coffee. But right now, for most of us, that knowledge just kind of sits there. It's unquantified. So how do we bridge that gap between human thought and a recurring financial return?
Let's get into Section 1, the Codatta proposition.
Codatta. It's the platform driving this entire concept. Let's break down the exact wording of this core value proposition to understand the journey of a single data point. Notice how the source material positions this. It doesn't just present a tool, it presents an entirely new ecosystem. This is the environment where the transformation we just talked about is actually supposed to happen.
And everything starts right here with your knowledge. This is the raw, baseline information, the insights, and the concepts you possess before any sort of technological transformation happens. We're talking about the very human foundational starting point. It's unstructured, it's messy, and it's highly personal. Think of your raw search history, your specific problem-solving methods, your unique perspectives on things. In the context of our source material, this is the essential raw material that fuels the whole shebang. Without this distinctly human input, well, nothing else can happen.
Moving on to Section 2, defining the data asset.
Now here is where the conceptual leap really happens. A data asset is your knowledge once it has been structured, captured, and transformed into a recognizable, valuable entity. You aren't just holding an opinion or a fact in your head anymore. Through this platform, you are actually minting that thought into a literal asset. It becomes something that can be tracked, measured, and most importantly, utilized by digital systems. Basically, you've taken the abstract and made it concrete.
Which brings us to Section 3, the AI knowledge layer. To understand how a data asset actually generates value, we need to look at the specific technological environment described in the source that makes this transformation possible. The text uses this highly specific, critical phrase, knowledge layer for AI. Think of this as the ultimate digital infrastructure. It's not just a stagnant database. It is an active, dynamic layer designed specifically for artificial intelligence to interface with. It's kind of like a highly organized library where AI is the librarian and your data is the book. It is the exact space where human intelligence is formatted and prepared to feed artificial intelligence.
So what actually bridges your newly minted data asset to the broader active AI ecosystem? You've got the asset, and the AI has the processing power, but they need a shared environment to communicate. They need a bridge.
And that bridge is the knowledge layer. It acts as the connective tissue. It's the centralized hub where your personal data assets aren't just stored away in some vault, but are actively utilized by AI systems. When an AI needs context, facts, or specialized human insights to function, it draws from this exact layer. And because your specific data asset is living within this layer, it is now perfectly positioned to actually be put to work.
All right, Section 4, endless royalty streams.
And this brilliantly illustrates the entire pipeline exactly as the source lays it out, bringing us to the ultimate promised outcome. Step 1, your knowledge, that's the raw input. Step 2, your data asset, the structured, digitized version of that knowledge. And step 3, endless AI royalties. Because your asset is living in that knowledge layer, every single time an AI utilizes it, you are credited. It is a direct, linear progression from human thought straight to financial compensation.
Endless AI royalties. Seriously, let that phrase hang in the air for a second. The source material doesn't say a one-time payment. No, it specifically uses the word endless. It's heavily emphasizing a continuous, recurring nature of monetization. As long as those AI systems are running and drawing upon the knowledge layer, your data asset has the potential to continuously generate value for you.
Notice the stark contrast here. On one side, we have your knowledge, which historically has just represented raw, unmonetized potential. I mean, we all give away terabytes of free data daily to tech giants just by browsing the internet or using apps, without ever seeing a dime, right? But on the other side, we have AI royalties, a structured, endless financial return. The gap between those two realities used to be completely insurmountable for the average person. But this framework claims to have completely collapsed that gap, turning potential directly into performance.
This leads us to Section 5, time to start building.
We've mapped out the theory and the ecosystem. Now let's transition into the final, actionable phase of this explainer, based on the explicit commands found in the source text. So the crucial point is, you have to take action. The source material doesn't just want you to sit there and understand this concept, it provides a direct, empowering call to action. Start building. It's an invitation to stop being a passive generator of free data for other companies and to actively start constructing your own portfolio of data assets within this new ecosystem.
To actually execute on this, the text provides exactly 2 next steps for those ready to enter the knowledge layer. First, start building, which literally means getting hands-on with the platform. And second, explore the docs, meaning the documentation. That is your blueprint. It's where the technical specifics of how to structure your knowledge, how the layer operates, and how those royalties are tracked will be completely detailed.
Which leaves us with one final vital question based on everything we've unpacked from this framework today. You know what you hold in your mind, you now know the pathway to structure it. Are you ready to turn your knowledge into endless AI royalties? It's an absolutely fascinating paradigm shift, and the tools to explore your own data's potential are officially on the table. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go dive into those docs and see what you can build.